It's still about health vlog. Okay, it comes from OSH, right? Occupational Safety Health. That's why health vlog. And another way around, we have also HSE, right? Health, okay, safety and environment. There's still health again. So it's very important. Okay, so we need also to prevent occupational ill health diseases and ill health sicknesses. That's a part of the objective of OSH department and HSC department. But normally, since we have the main responsibility to take care and protect ourselves, that's why we don't tackle that much regarding health. And normally, it is also the main responsibility of the government to protect the people against the health problems. That's why they have always the health protocols to be circulated in different platforms in social media or in mainstream media, because that's the public health of the people normally. So they have the responsibility, the government. And apart from that, we have also the main responsibility to protect and care our health, of course. Nobody can save. It's only us that can save our health. Okay, now that's our introduction. Talks about heart problems. Oh my gosh. This is not a heart problem due to broken relationship, like that. Somebody, left you out after the serious relationship, after 3 years and 3 years of mga juwa-juwa or uyab-uyab. This is not the heart problems that we are referring to. This is a health heart problem. Okay, heart problem prevention. Wow. Okay, heart problem prevention. Or how to avoid heart problems. Okay, let's use the block because it's very, it's very dark and very clear to our visualization, for our eyesight. Okay, like that. Or sense of seeing, right? Like that. So heart problem prevention. Wow. And this is general, right? General. Heart problem is general because there's a lot of diseases related to the heart. We have the cardiovascular diseases, example atherosclerosis, like that. We have the myocardial infarction, okay, something like that. So these are general, okay, like that. So what are the things or solutions in order to avoid heart problems? But later on, we will be discussing that one. But first, we need to discuss what are the causes of heart problems first. Okay, so in this case, we need to connect that in the intake of our food and drinks every day. Okay, as usual, it's gonna be like that. If we talk about diseases, ill health sicknesses, chronic diseases, acute diseases, or whatever, sugar, it has to do something with the food intake and the drinks intake, the fluids intake, the liquid intakes of every individual or every human being, something like that. And then we need to eat 3 times a day in order for us to survive and to develop a strong immune system, right? And then we need to discover the different nutritional facts reflected and displayed in the products in the market, something like that. Since sometimes we don't look at it because we are just very excited to eat that food products and drinks, then we don't have time to see that, right? Because, for example, oh, I crave to eat this, I love to eat Doritos, like that. I want to drink soft drinks or cola, Pepsi, like that. Then a smart and a clever human being or any citizens of the world will try to look the nutritional facts above all things, because we need to protect and care our health for sustainability so that we can have a longer lifespan to live in this contemporary world, something like that. Nobody wants to die early, right? Am I correct? So we need to survive, at least we need to endure and sustain for a longer lifespan. That everybody wants that, right? Because we have our own families and to share with our, our success in life, the wealth we have, something like that. And then we are very, very happy, we are very contented and satisfied for the blessings around us that God gave to us. And of course, we need to protect our health. Okay, or in short, we have to save our health in the future, not only now or whatever like that. Okay, it's better to act now rather than nothing. Okay, because it's too late. Okay, prevention is better than cure. Okay, now we have, for example, guys, we need to take a look first for the food, intake. First, ice cream. Okay, ice cream. Okay. Number two, chocolate. Oh my gosh, chocolate, right? That's the way how it will be pronounced. Chocolate. Okay, like that. Oh my gosh. Sumobra ka dyan. Chocolate. Ba yan? Okay. Number three, milk tea. Oh. Okay, milk tea. Galing siya kay Ayman. Milk tea. Wow. Kaloka. Okay. Number four, microwave popcorn. Microwave popcorn. Okay. Like that. Okay. Number five, frozen pizza. Frozen pizza. Wow, it's very delicious and yummy, right? Frozen pizza. Okay, like that. And then we have also baked goods. Baked goods. Okay, such as the pastries products or the cookies. Like that, okay? So that is baked goods. Or bread. Something like that. The cooked bread or the baked bread. Something like that, okay? So it's baked goods. Or cookies, something like that. Okay, baked goods. Or in general. Okay, like that. Okay, what else? 7 is burger. Burger. Beef burger. Cheeseburger. Okay, something like that. Or hamburger. Or hamburger. Okay? My gosh. Okay, cheeseburger. Whatever. Chuba chuchu. Okay, number 8, we have the French fries. French fries. Okay, French fries. Like that. And we have also another is the fried foods. Fried foods is a general term for fried chicken, like that, fried beef, something like that, or anything that has been cooked through frying process involving oil, right? So that is fried food. Okay, like that. What else? Fried food. So like that. What else? Number 10. Okay, oily food. Oily food. Okay, or basically fried food is not an oily food, right? Let's put this as a slash. Okay, oily food and fried food. Oh, slash oily food. Okay, like that. Number 10 will be the junk food. Junk food. Okay, junk food. Okay, like that. So these 10 types of food, we normally encounter this in our daily life a la tool. Okay, this ice cream, chocolate, milk tea, microwave popcorn, frozen pizza, baked good, hamburger, French fries, fried food, buttered chicken, fried chicken, okay, oily food, beef, mutton, like that, okay, junk foods, 10. Okay, these foods I mentioned are related to heart problems if we have overconsumption to these types of foods. Overconsumption, meaning overdosage. The level is above the normal range. So as you can notice, what you will observe here, basically fortified with sugar. Okay, sugar. Something like that. Or additives, food additives. Could it be a preservative? Okay, preservatives. Okay, preservatives. Okay, like that. And then maybe also have the glucoses or glucose. Okay, like that. Okay, I separate the glucose and the sugar because the sugar is mainly the sucrose. Okay, not the glucose. Okay, like that. So these are the 3 substances or macromolecule substances found in these 10 foods I mentioned in this whiteboard. Okay, this can cause heart problems if you will never regulate and control this. Okay, that's very clear. Now, to protect our heart, what are the tips and strategies or methodologies or procedures or things to do? Okay, the first thing is to have lesser consumption to these 10 foods. Okay, number 2, regular exercise, something like that, to increase the blood flow circulation, to reduce the risk of cardiovascular diseases, chronic diseases, and of course this heart problem. Okay, generally, okay, like that. That are the 2 steps. Okay, and then study, understand the chemistry of the different foods you eat. Actually, this number 3 is not really that important at all for not technical people, but for technical people, science courses, engineers, these are helpful, especially professionals, that you need to know the chemistry of the food we eat every day. Okay, but for for just don't not professionals or whatever, that they don't love science, they don't love to go deeper what the information about that, then it's okay also. Okay, but number 3 is we need to understand the chemistry first. Heart problem, another solution is we need to have intake of omega-3 fatty acids. Okay, omega-3. Okay, omega-3. Okay, this is for the heart. Omega-3 fatty acids. And then this is also called as, in short, omega-3 fats. Guys, as I mentioned last 2 days ago, fatty acids are just the same in organic chemistry. But in organic chemistry or in organic compound, it's not the same, huh? When you mean of acids in organic chemistry or in organic compounds, that's not a fat. Okay, but in organic chemistry, when you mean of fat, that is technically equal to a fatty acid. You get the point? If I said omega-3 fats, that's also omega-3 fatty acids. Okay, that's the same, technically the same. Okay, for example, in an organic acid, hydrochloric acid, sulfuric acid, phosphoric acid, those are not fats. Okay, that's only acids. So you get now the differentiation to distinguish between inorganic acids and organic acids, right? And then the fatty acids, guys, as I mentioned last 1 hour ago, right, during my vlog, that is having a general formula of RCOOH. Alkyl group plus COOH, meaning carboxylic acid group. And R is an alkyl group composed mainly of carbon and hydrogen atoms. Okay? That is alkyl, exclusively composed of carbon atoms and hydrogen bonded together. Okay, that is alkyl. Okay, for example, methane, ethane, propane, butane, gasoline, kerosene, like that. Diesel fuel, okay, bitumen, okay, like that. So those are examples of alkyl. Okay, alkyl group. Okay, so in determining the alkyl group, we need to follow the formulation of CH, carbon hydrogen chain formula for the single band, double band, and third band or triple band. I discussed that a while ago also. I don't have to repeat, right? Okay, now, so omega-3 fatty acid, guys, found mainly in marine and aquatic animals. Okay, or organisms. Marine, aquatic animals or organisms basically started with the phytoplankton and the algae. Okay, and these are the food of the fishes. And these fishes will eat this algae and phytoplankton. The presence of omega-3 fats there will be transmitted to this fish. That's why when we eat fish, FISH, that normally contains of omega-3 fat acids, especially the mackerel, and the tuna, TUNA, or any fish oil, basically have omega-3 fats for our heart health. Okay? Mo na siyang mahitabo. Okay, now, how can we say omega-3? Okay, so that we can understand. How can we say omega-3? For example, if we have the, okay, fatty acids, let's say, short chain fatty acids, long chain fatty acids. We'll start with short chain lang muna tayo. Okay, so let's say malic. Malic. Okay, malic fatty acids or malic acid. But we need to ensure first if there's a double band. Okay, because an omega-3 fatty acids, guys, are those fats or fatty acids that contains double band. So maybe masangok ta because there's no double band for the, malic acid. Let's try a fatty acid that has double band. Okay, so based on the memorization, it's gonna be, for example, linoleic acid. Okay, linoleic acid. I remember this one also. It came out in the board examination. Okay, 2000 chemical engineers board examination like this. Which of the following is a polyunsaturated essential fatty acids? Oh my gosh. So I answered it perfectly because I memorized this a long time ago. So when I was in college. Okay, this is polyunsaturated essential fatty acids is the linoleic acid. Okay, now linoleic acid. Charot. Okay. Do not be confused with linoleic acid with lanolin. Lanolin is not an acid. Okay? It is a wool, W-O-O-L, wool yolk. Okay? It is a fabric textiles derived from or extraction from the sheep. Okay? Skin of the sheep is HEEP. And it will produces waxes. Okay? Like that. Waxes are long chain of aliphatic fatty chains of carbon and hydrogen also. Okay? So muna siya ang lanolin. Okay? But it's not linoleic ha. But it starts with letter L kasi. Maybe you will be confused or whatever. When you face future examination, in science examinations or engineers board examination or whatever examination in the future they will be able to face regarding sciences or pure sciences, right? Okay, now we go to the linoleic acid. Okay? Guys, linoleic acid, long chain fatty acid, meaning say banded carbon and hydrogen. Oh, charot. Okay, we have 18 atoms of carbon, charot. Okay, 32 atoms of hydrogen, and oxygen is 2 atoms. Okay, this is linoleic. Okay, now this is in relation to our heart problem, huh? Because if we try to intake this day by day, it can help prevent heart problems or any risk of heart diseases and cardiovascular diseases. That's why I need to explain. Okay? Like that. So this is linoleic acid. And the linoleic acid is technically composed of the ALA, IPA, and DHA. Wow. So ALA is not agad. This ALA is science information. Okay? ALA. Okay, ALA, DHA, and the IPA. IPA also, it's not Environmental Protection Agency that regulates the fire protection requirements standards all over the world. This is not an agency, but this is also a science information with regards to linoleic acid. Okay, now we have the ALA. These 3 acronyms have each definition. So ALA meaning alpha linoleic acid. Okay. DHA, what is that? Docosa hexanoic acid. Charot. Okay. Timatin na lang ninyo guys sa kay manggawas mo sa board exam. Okay, docosa. Okay, hexanoic. Charot. Wait. Hexanoic acid. And then IPA is the ecosa pentanoic acid. So you need to have a hint and a clue. Just discover the hexane and the pentane. For the DHA, it's a pentane, so pentanoic. And then for the IPA, pentanoic, pentagon, like that, 5. Okay? And then for the DHA, hexane, para it's easy to memorize. Okay? Ecosa. And then you will add sa every time. Oh, ecosa, docosa. So it's very easy to memorize, right? Okay, so ecosa. Okay. quinanoic acid. Okay, ganon siya. Okay. Now guys, one technique to maintain our heart problem good is we need to maintain 1% of this linoleic acid in our body. 1%. Maintain at least 1% linoleic acid or omega-3 fatty acids in our body. At least 1%. Then you live 5 years more than those who do not have 1% of this omega-3 fats and linoleic acid. Meaning, your lifespan will increase 5 years. Okay? If you just keep on intaking this linoleic acid and omega-3 fats. Okay? Like that. So, this is in your bloodstream. 1% linoleic acid or omega-3 fatty acids in your bloodstream enough to sustain your lifespan 5 years more than to those who do not have 1% of linoleic acid and omega-3 fats. And how do you know this one? So you have the medical records, right? Like that in the diagnostic of the doctor. Then you have to go regularly for the medical checkup. Okay, something like that. It's in there. There's a lot of, records there. The bilirubin, the creatinine, the uric acid, the high blood pressure, the glucose, the sugar level, the cholesterol. Then check that every one by one, scrutinize well. And then if you see that there's no like this, then you can have chemical reactions also. Try to formulate a chemical reaction that will produce a linoleic acid. Then in that way, you can compute what is the linoleic acid found in that particular, readings, okay, of that health data. That's why we need to study the chemistry, okay, so that we can produce the product that is helpful for our immune system and for our health. Okay, ganun siya. So, muna siya sa bloodstream ha, 1% lang, enough na siya guys. And now, this alpha-linoleic acid, found in plant vegetables oil. Number 1 is olive oil. But olive oil is very expensive, right? So do not try the olive, but olive has a very high value of linoleic and omega-3. Sometimes I bought that, but it's very expensive really. Okay, olive, flaxseed oil, canola oil, sunflower oil. Okay, sunflower oil. Like that. So that are plant oil. Or you can also have the palm oil, but the palm oil have a very lesser linoleic siya. Pero okay lang yapon siya, pero less lang yun siya compare sa mga olive oil, flaxseed oil, ganun siya, canola oil, like that. So this is rich of alpha-linoleic acid, which is the composition of a linoleic acid that has a rich of omega-3 fats, good for the heart. Now, number 2, DHA and EPA, docosahexaenoic acid and eicosapentaenoic acid, comes from marine and aquatic oil. These are specifically fish oil. Okay, that's found in the, in the canned goods. There's an oil. It's also good, right? Okay, like that. You got a point? Oh, that is fish oil. Or marine aquatic oil. Okay? Or aquatic mammal oil. Oh, a lot of term will do as long as it's in the water, in the sea. Like that, or fish. Like that. So this contains omega-3 fatty acids. That's why the tuna and the mackerel. Tuna, T-U-N-A. Okay? So eat that also so that it will increase your omega-3 fatty acids in your body. Tuna. Okay? In the bacala, it costs 8 reals. There. Nakakaluka. Okay? Like that. So it will increase your linoleic acid, 1% of your bloodstream, and then it can prevent the heart problems also from occurring, especially if you don't have exercise. Okay, ganon. So, now I will illustrate the chemical structure or chemical orientation for this. Okay? Muna siya yung hitabo, guys. Charot. Okay, muna siya yung hitabo. Okay. So, adto ta sa taas kayong mga carbon atoms, mabuang tani mo. Sige. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So count the number of carbon atoms. It's the first step. We have 18 carbon atoms for the linoleic acid. Okay? Now we number that one. Actually, the normal or regular numbering will start at the right. Carbon 1, carbon 2, carbon 3, carbon 4, carbon 5, carbon 6, carbon 7, until carbon 18. But in naming regarding omega, it started with the left. So the carbon 1 will be in the left. That's why we are saying omega-3. That means the double band found in carbon number 3 starting from the left. This is very clear. Omega-3 fatty acids or omega-3 fats, meaning to say the carbon atoms number 3 have one double band in there. And the other double band is okay, it will be in another numbering as long as it's in the number 3. Okay, say 1, 2. Start from the left. Omega man ta. Mo man siya good for the heart. Okay? 1, 2, 3 until chuba chucho. Here up to carbon 18. Now, 3. 1, 2, 3. So put the double band in the 3. Okay? 10, 10. Ganon. So put hydrogen. Spread the hydrogen atom. 2, 2, 2. Ganon. And so on and so forth. Okay? Because carbon has 4 electrons available. If you remember chemistry lecture in the Lewis that structure or in your octet rule, like that, you know, spreading of the sharing of the electrons. Covalent bonding, something like that, okay? So there's a covalent bonding here. So normally non-polar covalent band sharing equal electrons for carbon and hydrogen. Okay, now it's gonna be perfect covalent bonding. Okay, here perfect also 1, 2, 3. So 1H lang dito. So 1H. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And so on and so forth. So this is now omega-3 fatty acids, because linoleic acid is a fatty acid. Okay. Now, if the examination in the future will say, give an example of an omega-3 fatty acid, your answer will be linoleic acid, carbon 18, H32O2. Okay. So, but it's good in board examination. There's choices. What I mean, if the question is fill in the blank, you have to answer this. Okay, give an example of an omega-3 fats and omega-3 fatty acid. Your answer is linoleic acid. There's no other. Really. Linoleic acid, it contains double bands, polyunsaturated essential fatty acids. It is called essential fatty acid because it is very helpful to the health of every human being all over the world. That's why it is called polyunsaturated fatty acids, because the double band, is more than one. Poly, meaning multiple. Okay, like that. Okay, essential fatty acids. Okay, ganon, essential fats siya talaga, guys. Okay, ganon. So omega-3 fatty acids. Now we have also omega-6 fatty acids existent for linoleic, but this is not so good compared to the omega-3 fatty acids. So will exist as omega-3 fatty acids and will exist also as omega-6 fatty acids, another chemical orientation of this linoleic acid. Okay, so this is unsaturated, good for the health, or polyunsaturated. Okay, and look that in the packaging also when you buy a canned goods or any food products, there's naming there, unsaturated fats, saturated fats, trans fats, like that. Okay, be careful with the trans fats because it is very dangerous to the health. It can cause cancer. Okay, the federal food agencies all over the world strictly enforce 0 level of trans fats because it can cause chronic diseases. Okay, if you intake that daily ala tool. Okay, what do we mean by trans fats, Sir Sotero? It's only the structural orientation that matters, that it will become a dangerous substance, something like that, dangerous fatty acids like that. Okay, this is very good, right? Omega-3 and omega-6, omega-6, but omega-3 is better. Okay, like that. Now, okay, since we are dealing with heart problems, okay, so I mentioned already 10 foods, right, a while ago. Okay, so it could not be denied. Some of it contains trans fats. Okay, but again, check the nutritional facts because we don't know they are Alibaba. Okay, all food manufacturers all over the world, we could not expect they could release a product that has a zero trans fats. Though it has been regulated, but we don't know, right? So the best thing is to read and watch out for the trans fats or trans fatty acids reflected on the packaging of the food products and the drinks and beverages to avoid chronic diseases, especially cardiovascular diseases, specifically atherosclerosis cardiovascular diseases. Okay? Ganon. Now, kung saan mo na siyang trans fats, okay, I will discuss. If we take an example again, a linoleic acid, okay, like this. It is in the orientation. Okay? So in organic chemistry, guys, we have the CIS, the para, and the trans. This is the orientation of the organic compound during the biological and chemical reaction synthesis inside a body, something like that with the macromolecules. Okay, as I mentioned over and over again in biochemistry. Okay, now it's gonna be like this class. So the CIS, the para, and the trans. The trans is dangerous, deadly. Trans fats and trans fatty acids. That's why zero siya talaga. But namgi po Alibaba. Some are not following really. Stupid. Okay? That's why we need to check by our eyes. Okay? So trans fats. Muna siya natawag sa trans fats. Okay, muna siya. So since carbon 18 linoleic taas kayo siya, guys, we should take a short chain fatty acids lang para okay siya. So unsa may example? Let's say butyric, it's not butyric. We will say triglycerides, right? C6H8O6. Okay, let's try that one. So triglycerides, right? So carbon 6, H8O6. You will wonder, guys, so Sotero, how can it become a fatty acid? That's triglycerides. Okay? Because there's a presence of COH, carboxylic group. Okay? Do not be tempted that there's no, like this, it's not an acid anymore. Okay, because of the term triglycerides. But take note the formula if you try to break down that in a structural orientation. Okay, like that. So it's gonna be like, how can we do this? C6H8O6. Okay, it's very difficult. This is on the spot kasi. So I will try to find a short chain fatty acid. Ang long chain, dali na kayo siya. But the short chain fatty acids, let's say, let's say, for example, let's say ethylene, right? Ethylene, kaya naman siya double band. Requirement ba na sa siya sa kuan? Unsaturated ba? But saturated siya, no? So stearic acid is very long chain of carbon atoms and siya. So I don't like that. Okay, let's say siya? Okay, propionic acid. Propionic. So C3H6O2. Propionic, guys, very obvious, come from the word propane, huh? Meaning to say 3 atoms of carbon. Okay? You will troubleshoot first the terminology. For example, yeah, ethanoic, or that's ethane, like that. Okay, propanoic, that's 3 carbon atoms. Memorized from, CH4 to CH12. Starting from ethane, propane, butane, pentane, hexane, heptane, octane, nonane, decane, and dodecane. Okay, the decane composed of 10 carbon atoms, and the dodecane contains of 12 carbon atoms, and octane contains of 8 carbon atoms, and this is specifically the gasoline. Okay, so your cars will not run without this octane. Okay, got the point? Octane is a gasoline of all that from 1 to 12. Okay, now since this is 3, so this is coming from propane. This is called propionic acid. Okay, now. So, 3 carbon. Tang. So, propionic acid. So, ganun siya. So, 3 carbon. Ganan. 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 So, ganan. Ganan. So, hydrogen, ganun siya. Okay? Now, okay, carbon 3. So you will count the carbon first because it's identification. So 1, 2, 3. So hydrogen is 6. Okay? Ganon. Talaga. So 1, 2, 3, and then we have also 3 here. So ganon. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So napakay 2 diri ari. Okay. Napakay 2 diri ari. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Napakay sa ka H diri. So 1, 2, 3. Ganon. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ganon. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. So dalawa lang ang oxygen diri ari. So count hydrogen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay? So kayo mag-double pa man na siya diri ari, may na siyang 6. S6. Okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 atoms of hydrogen. And then 1, 2, 1, 2, okay? 3. Okay? And hydrogen here, ganon. Okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then there's a double band in the center. Okay? Like that. So rearrange. After you knowing the hydrogen, rearrange. Okay? Like that. Okay. Now, since this contains carboxylic acid, because this is a propionic acid, fatty acid, short chain lang siya. So, ibutang daanin mo ang COOH. Okay, ganon. C, double band, oxygen, OH. O, ganon. Then, we have the carbon, ganon siya. Okay, so, ganon. H. When I make that, meaning to say that are the hydrogens distributed to carbon, ha? When I say, ganon, hydrogen na siya. So, hydrogen, like this, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ganon, hydrogen. Kaloka. Okay? And then, 1, 2, 3, 4. Muna siya formula sa propionic acid. Okay? Count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 hydrogen. Oxygen, 2. 1, 2, and carbon 3. There's one double bond. So propionic acid is literally monosaturated fatty acid because there's only one double bond. When we say unsaturated, we mean of a double band. Okay, if there's so many double bands, it's poly unsaturated. If there's only one double band, it's mono unsaturated. So basically, propionic acid is not saturated. Okay, so basically, propionic acid is a little bit good in our body, in which it supports the theory and concepts because this propionic acid well lowers the level of your fatty acids in your liver, okay, and in your pancreas. Okay, like that. So it really supports siya, and this is also antifungal acid. Okay, the more you have this propionic, the fungus and the fungi cannot attack, cannot go inside your respiratory system if you have enough level of propionic acid. You get the point? Okay, so muna siya nitabo. So propionic acid is unsaturated, it's good for the health. Okay? Ganon. So muna siya ang mahitabo sa atong so muna siya atong propionic acid. So this is now, if we try to put this in a trans fats, muna siya ang formula. I-bawg mo siya, guys. Anak siya, guys, oh. Diba? Bawg siya. Para masabta niyo, ano? Ganon. Hydrogen diri ari, and then diri ari, muna siya diri ari ang mukuan niya mo level siya mga carbon chuba. Mura siya ana ba ana X. Muna siya gitawag og trans nga orientation. Okay? Na ang cis lahi man to ang cis. Kaya ang cis naman siya kwarta nang diri. Okay? Ana siya no. Double band ana ang kuan sa cis H3 ang carbon ra nasa taas. Okay, nasa taas ang tanan. Ang hydrogen ubos. Yang kani siya lahi kay hydrogen na diri atbang siya ba sa diagonal. Ang sa kilid sa ang atbang sa diagonal, ang opposite sa diagonal is also a chain of carbon that is a trans fats. So that muna siya mo delikado ang fats, dangerous to the health, ang trans fats acids. Okay, because of the orientation of the chemical reactions in our body. It's not the natural way that make it dangerous to our health. It is the chemical reaction of that biological substances due to the orientation of that organic compound, which is particularly the short chain fatty acids, that make it as a dangerous fats. Okay, trans fatty acids. Trans is the orientation kasi. Cis, para, like that in organic chemistry. Okay? Muna siya yung tabo. Okay? Muna siya yung mga trans. Kaya trans fats na to. Guys, again, trans fats. 0. Okay? 0 milligrams deciliter. And then, take note that when you buy, Doritos, Lala, or whatever, or soft drinks, like that, or whatever, coffee, or, chapati, kabush, like that. How can we check the trans fats of the kabush? There's no nutritional fat on the plastic, right? So how can we establish that one? Okay, those products only that are regulated in the, in the international market, right? Like milk, dairy products, soft drinks, except for the kabush and the chapati, right? Because there's no reflection on the, on the plastic, right? On the nutritional facts. Oh my gosh, like that. So unsaturated will be good. Unsaturated fatty acids will be good. Comes from the linoleic acid or oleic. Oleic, guys, also good, but it's only monosaturated fats. Oleic acid comes exclusively from plants, fats and oils. Plants only, dili siya sa animals. Okay, not for animals, but plants exclusive. The oleic, and there will be one single bond only. So the more the double bond will increase in the particular organic compound or acids, the more it is helpful to the body. Okay? You get the point? So, unsaturated fats, trans fat, unsaturated fats. And now, heart problems will occur if there's too much trans fat and saturated fats. Okay, what is really saturated fats? Itong hiimo na ko ni ganina katong 10 ka food na ito saturated fats dito ato na mas stearic acid. Okay, kinahanglan siya mga oily, butter, mga ganan. Okay? So, stearic acid na siya due to the salt known as the stearate. Okay, the stearate plus water will be stearic acid. Okay, because salt plus water is equal to acid plus a base. As I told you, neutralization reaction and hydrolysis reaction, right? It also applies in organic chemistry, but the term is changed to something, it's gonna be esterification reaction. Esterification reaction, or could it be hydrogenation reaction? I'm not really that sure, but I am sure for the inorganic part. Nakakaloka. But if you will try to put the chemical reaction, you can understand also. Because I'm just talking verbally, so I cannot really understand how the way it used to be. Okay? But if we try to break down that, we can also understand, right? Okay? Now, ang imong timan ay higayon na, guys, ang mga general formula. Okay? General formula. Ketone, carboxylic acid, protein, carbohydrates, nucleic acid, or nucleotides. Okay, the nucleic acid, a little bit complication because there's already phosphorus. Okay, phosphorus, oxygen, hydrogen, and sulfur. Okay, but for the protein, contains only of carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, and oxygen for the protein. For the carbohydrates, of course, normally, composed of carbon and hydrogen only. Okay? You get the point? Muna siya ang timanan na ito ang mga general formula. Okay? So that we can know the different substances that will interact inside our biological and chemical synthesis inside our body. O ganon. So muna siya to avoid heart problems. Okay? So our diagnostic approach to prevent heart problem, muna to siya, di ba? Okay, taking care of the food intake, the drinks intake. Number 2, exercise. Number 3, eat the right kind of food, like that, blah, 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 so on, so citrus fruit, vegetables, and especially rich in omega-3 fats and omega-3 fatty acids. Okay, get the point. Kinama na siya omega-3 and omega-6, like that. Guys, ang oleic, guys, omega-9 na siya. Omega-9 fatty acids, oleic acid, or carbon-18, H34O2. Okay, ang saturated fats, guys, ang example gano'n niya mainly is the stearic acid. Ang example na niya found in butter, Okay, battery, butter. Foods that are fortified with butter or oily, something like that. Okay, and then guys, sometimes di ba guni mapuga na mabuti mga trans fats because we need to undergo the process of hydrogenation, adding of hydrogen, right? For example, if we have the unsaturated or linoleic, and we make it trans fats because we need to stabilize the linoleic acid at room temperature so that it will become solid like that. Like that, for example, the oil of a pig, okay, the oil of the beef, if you put it in the refrigerator, it will become solidified at lesser room temperature, something like that. No, the solid particle is an evidence that the stearic acid is formed. Okay, for that. So that's undergo the process of hydrogenation, adding of hydrogen atom of that unsaturated fats. That's why the trans fats will occur. Muna siya may tabo, di ba? So, the more nga, di ba, mo gamit yung anak na, there's fiesta in different barangays, like that, and then the oil of the pig, we kill the pig, like that, or whatever animals, and we put that in the refrigerator, then we use that also as our oil in the day-to-day life. That's really dangerous because, that solid substance is really having a trans fats. And we are not aware before, right? When we are kids, like that. And apart from that, it contains also butyric acid. My memory flashback. Okay, butyric acid causes botulism. Okay, botulism can cause cancer of the heart also. Okay, the botulism is a process that contains of too much butyric acid of keep on repeating using of oil. For example, if I buy the canola oil, then I will never throw that in the garbage. And again, I will just use that again because it's still clean. And again, I will use it because it's still clean. So it will have a process known as botulism. Okay, botulism is a process that composed of a lot of butyric acid. And this butyric acid can cause, heart coronary disease in excess. Okay, so that's the main problem of keep on repeating the used oil in a cooking oil. Could it be a coconut oil, a palm oil, flaxseed oil, canola oil, sunflower oil, vegetables oil, or any oil? If you keep on repeating that oil because you believe it's still clean, so problem. Botulism process can cause heart coronary disease. Okay? Okay, what are the symptoms? Okay? The symptoms will be magluya ka, ganun siya. Okay, again, fatigue, weaknesses, ganun siya, and your heartbeat very slow, something like heartbeat. Okay, because it has to do something with the heart, right? So the heartbeat is very slow, but then also you can easily develop the myocardial infarction. Okay, and then this myocardial infarction is the heart attack, right? And then this is a silent killer. Okay, meaning to say you will die immediately if you don't know how to do the first aid of this heart attack because it's very quick. Okay? So be careful na lang din sa mga food intake, sa mga drinks intake because if the heart attack happens, oh my gosh, nobody can solve directly unless you are a health professionals or a medical or whatever. For example, if your family has no medical professionals or health professionals, how can you do that? So mamatay lang yun siya. That's why based on the study, a family that don't have background in medical science, for example, there's no nurse, there's no medical technologies or any related medical courses, most of the times will be dying due to myocardial infarction or heart attack. But if the family have nurses, medical technologies or pharmacy, advantage because they know how to solve the problem. Okay, unless if that family really research, study, read a lot, so that we can prevent that from happening. Just like these types of vlogs I deliver to you. I give you the types of foods to eat, the level, the level of this thing like is to eat, overdosage, like that, so that we are aware for the future different risk of the diseases that will come to our body. Something like, because in our family also, nag-effort ko because my brother and my sisters are not really also medical professionals. They are not health professionals. My brother is an electronics technician. My two sisters are public school teachers. Okay, me, engineer. So in our family, there's no related to medical. Okay, that's why I keep on researching and reading also a lot. So that it will be helpful because prevention is better than cure, right? Really is to avoid not really happening na siya. And then we are just very, very lucky that my brother has a wife who is a physical therapist, something like that. So we have problems regarding to the health or any disease, she can easily troubleshoot what are the paracetamols to be used, what are the medicines to be used, because she is related to medical course, PT, BS Physical Therapy, the wife of my brother. So that's only the advantage we have. Okay, just like with my father before, sick, she really helped a lot for us regarding this information of the health, like blah blah blah. She always go with my father to go to the hospital because she has knowledge for medical science, something like that. Okay. So this is gonna be the advantage if there is a health professional or medical professionals in your family rather than nothing. So if nothing, then you have to read a lot. You have to research. You have to read in the social media, online world to intensify your knowledge regarding health information or medical science or the science behind diseases or the science how to control and to prevent diseases, which is the epidemiology. Okay, thank you so much guys for watching this live streaming. If you like this video, then you can comment down below in the comment section. Then you can subscribe also if you like this YT channel of mine. Then you can click the notification bell for some newest updates of my singer, eternal voice. Bye bye, God bless everybody. Oh my gosh, kaloka. Nakakaloka si John. Wala po signal guys.